Greetings, survivors. ResilientZ back with another video. In today's video, we'll be discussing the best Tempest Arms for infantry. I'll go over the top 5 Tempest Arms skills you should have on your infantry heroes and explain why I recommend each one. If you enjoy this kind of content, let me know in the comments. I'll keep bringing you the most informative and helpful videos possible. This one's going to be exciting, so without further ado, let's dive straight into the details. The first skill we are going to talk about is Sacred Oath Infantry. Sacred Oath Infantry stands as the strongest Tempest Arms healing skill available for infantry. Every 2 turns, it restores a significant portion of troop health, with a chance to double the healing effect for an even greater recovery burst. What truly sets it apart is its layered defensive utility. Each heal also generates a shield for all friendly squads equal to the healing amount, offering both immediate protection and sustained survivability across your entire formation. Additionally, when any allied squad under this effect is attacked, the attacker loses 1 random damage bonus, reducing their offensive power for that moment. This combination of consistent healing, team-wide shielding, and offensive debuffing makes Sacred Oath Infantry the most complete sustain skill for infantry. It doesn't just keep your front line alive longer but also protects your whole march and weakens enemy damage output. Regardless of style of the infantry hero, the value remains unmatched, making it an essential choice for maximizing infantry endurance and overall march stability. Data corruption is one of the most unique and strategic Tempest Arms skills ever introduced, originally released during the Hitman collaboration event. Unlike most skills that rely on your hero's actions, data corruption activates based on your opponent's behavior, specifically when their active or passive skills trigger. When an enemy uses an active skill, there's a chance to reduce the damage output of 1 random enemy squad for 2 turns, and the same applies when their passive skills trigger, though with slightly lower values. This makes the skill highly reactive, constantly disrupting the enemy's rhythm and weakening their damage potential throughout the battle. What truly elevates data corruption's value is its versatility and unpredictability. Since it can trigger from both active and passive enemy abilities, it consistently chips away at the opponent's offensive strength, making your formation significantly harder to break. The added bonus of reducing damage taken for squads in stealth mode makes it even more powerful when paired with Agent 47, maximizing the skill's defensive potential. While this skill performs well on any hero type, it fits best with infantry because they naturally play a defensive role in most marches. Riders and hunters gain more from direct damage skills, whereas infantry benefit more from sustained mitigation and enemy disruption. For this reason, data corruption stands out as a premier support-oriented Tempest Arms skill for infantry. Salvation is one of the oldest Tempest Arms skills, introduced back in Generation 2, yet it remains a staple choice for infantry marches even today. Its strength lies in its steady sustain. Every 4 turns, it restores 20% of your troop count, ensuring your frontline stays healthy throughout prolonged battles. Every second activation, this healing effect also extends to your front row allies, providing additional recovery and keeping your formation from collapsing under pressure. What makes Salvation even more valuable is its special interaction with ResilientZ heroes. When equipped on one, the skill gains a guaranteed cleanse effect that removes burn and bleed debuffs from their squad, 2 of the dangerous damage overtime effects in the game. This makes ResilientZ infantry incredibly durable, allowing them to shrug off constant chip damage that would otherwise wear down your front line, while Salvation performs well on any infantry hero thanks to its consistent healing and team support. It shines the most on ResilientZ infantry. These heroes are built to endure, and Salvation perfectly complements their natural durability by adding reliable recovery, occasional team-wide healing, and complete immunity to lingering damage effects, making it one of the best all-around sustain skills for infantry. Rejuvenating Spring is another classic Tempest Arms skill from Generation 2 and closely mirrors Salvation in its function. Every 4 turns, it restores 20% of your troop count, helping your formation recover during long battles. Additionally, every second activation, the healing effect extends to your front row allies, keeping multiple squads sustained and reducing overall losses over time. What makes Rejuvenating Spring such a great option for infantry is its consistency and accessibility. Infantry units are built to absorb damage, and this skill provides steady, predictable healing to keep them standing longer on the battlefield. Unlike Salvation, however, Rejuvenating Spring is a rare skill rather than an ultra-rare one. This makes it much easier to obtain, which is especially beneficial for free-to-play players and small spenders. It delivers excellent sustained value without requiring high investment, making it one of the best affordable healing options for infantry marches that still want strong endurance in all scenarios. Data Disruption is another powerful Tempest Arms skill introduced alongside data corruption during the Hitman collaboration. It functions in a very similar way, acting as a reactive debuff that triggers based on your opponent's actions rather than your own. Whenever an enemy squad activates an active skill, there's a chance to reduce the damage of one random enemy squad for 2 turns, and the same happens, though slightly weaker, when their passive skills trigger. While it doesn't include the extra layer of effects that make data corruption so dominant, Data Disruption still offers great utility by consistently lowering the enemy's overall damage output throughout a battle. The beauty of this skill lies in its simplicity and reliability. It can trigger frequently in fights where opponents rely heavily on active or passive skills, making it a strong defensive tool that weakens enemy offense over time. Since its activation depends entirely on the opponent's skill usage, Data Disruption doesn't require placement on any specific hero type. That means it performs equally well on infantry, rider, or hunter heroes. However, infantry marches benefit the most from its defensive debuffing nature, as it helps them absorb more damage and sustain longer. Overall, Data Disruption serves as an excellent alternative to data corruption, especially for those who want a dependable, easier-to-obtain version of the same disruption concept. That wraps up our discussion for today. Based on my experience in testing, here's how I personally rank these Tempest Arms skills for infantry. At the very top, Sacred Oath Infantry remains unmatched. There's simply no better skill when it comes to pure survivability and team support. Right behind it is Data Corruption, an incredible disruption skill, though its effectiveness depends on the opponent's setup, which keeps it from taking the #1 spot. Next, we have Salvation and Rejuvenating Spring at number 3 and number 4 respectively. These two skills share nearly identical effects, but Salvation pulls slightly ahead when used on ResilientZ heroes thanks to its cleansing ability, which makes it a perfect fit for today's dominant formations. Finally, in the number 5 spot, we have Data Disruption, a lighter version of Data Corruption. While it performs well, its impact heavily depends on the enemy's skill triggers. Still, under the right conditions, it can outperform both Salvation and Rejuvenating Spring, proving how situational yet valuable it can be. So that's my current ranking for the best Tempest Arms skills for infantry. Remember, your results might vary depending on your heroes, formations, and opponents, but overall, these 5 stand out as the most reliable and impactful options for infantry marches. Before we wrap up, there are a few other decent options you can consider for your infantry Tempest Arms skills: Arrow Deflect, Blitz Tactics, and Melee Armor. While these aren't on the same level as the top skills we discussed today, they can serve as good temporary choices until you manage to unlock or upgrade to better ones. That's it for this video. I really hope you found it helpful and informative. Do you enjoy this kind of content? Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this. Your feedback means a lot and helps me improve every time. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to like the video, share it with your allies, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and thank you for your continued support.